Well, I think Coach Tomey is looking down on another game that he would be proud of his influence on the way both teams played, the way both teams fought. It was a great night at Aloha Stadium, and I just appreciate the fans that came out, and it was very entertaining, probably for the fans more than us, but they stuck together. Our team stuck together, and they knew there was going to be we planned for a fourth quarter game all week, and what a game, what a performance by a bunch of people. So I'll start with questions. Kraken.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Just kind of wanted to ask, obviously, a big storyline this week was, who's going to start at quarterback. You decided to go with Shevin as a staff. Just kind of wanted to ask about the decision to go with Chev.
Probably the toughest decision in my head coaching career. You're talking about taking, by numbers, you could be taking the offensive player of the conference off the field. I respect Cole McDonald so much for the way he handled it, and I think Shevin played great. It was really a decision all week. There was a lot of observing from my point. Like I just told him on the radio, I thought Stutz he's obviously done a great job with the quarterbacks for a bunch of years here, but to get both guys prepared. And I'd spent a lot of my week that I usually spend game planning in my own head, really looking at it from the decision at quarterback from all angles, and that took up a lot of my time. So Brian Smith called the majority of that game, and I thought he did an excellent job. The decision wasn't easy, but in the end, when I signed my name on that paper to come work this job for this school in this state, I have to put the player on the field which I think gives us the best chance to win tonight. And in my gut, when I took everything, this decision wasn't made till last night, the final decision. I understood the ramifications. I understood what would happen if we didn't play well. I felt Shevin was going to give us the best chance to win this game this Saturday night at Aloha Stadium.
I know you said that you were pleased with Shevin's performance, but could you kind of just a little kind of expand on just your thoughts and the poise that he showed, as a redshirt freshman and on a stage like this?
I think this kid's been, he's done a lot of things great, especially in this stadium. I don't know what you want me to expand on again. Tell me, what do you want to know?
Just your thoughts from the sideline, like how impressed you guys were with some of the plays that he made. Just some of the plays to tuck the run.
It's hard for me to even find a mistake he made, to be honest with you. I think he was as dialed in as he's been. I mean, just the complete command of the offense. We've used that word before with his growth, and I thought, guys really rally around him, and I thought he was accurate deep. That was one thing and I thought he threw the ball really well all week, and that was part of, it's hard for this team. They didn't know who was going to start, but it was. It was a stressful week for me. The easy decision was to start Cole and bring Shevin off the bench. That's the easy decision. I felt like this game, the way Shevin's playing, it was time to start him. And I don't know how this is going to go moving forward. I really don't. I think this is going to be something, you know, they've done it. They've done it to me, Chevin and Cole. And this is their job. Their job is to make this decision hard. And I know it's going to sound like some phrase I made up for the media, but I really feel like we got 2 starting quarterbacks, and that's, as good as that is. And I'll tell you this, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this with some conviction. The 3 best quarterbacks in this conference could have been in this stadium tonight, and I truly believe that. So I can't answer moving forward what we're going to do, but I know we got 2 guys, 2 trigger men that can win a bunch of football games for us at that position. And I'm proud of both kids for different reasons. I'm proud of Chevin. Played an excellent game, accurate, knew where to go with the ball, made good decisions, made plays off script with his legs. And you're talking about a 2-year starter having to sit down and let somebody start for him, and him basically saying, okay, I'm going to go win this job next week, is what he told me. He says, I'll be ready if you need me, but I'm going to go win this job back next week. And how can you even have anything negative to say about either one of these kids? It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that we're in this situation. And I think both of them are, it's such a special time. It's as hard as it can be for coaches, but for those 2 and how they're dealing with it, how they have dealt with it, how they've supported each other, I don't know if this has happened anywhere in the country.
And with that in mind, just one more question for me. I don't know if you saw, obviously with the West Division, the way things played out tonight.
I don't care about the West Division. I care about UNLV now.
And I understand that, but I just wanted to ask, with that in mind and saying what you said about having 2 starting quarterbacks, is Chevin going to, right now, your starter for UNLV?
Didn't I just say that? I'm not sure what's going to happen going forward. Okay? I don't know if the next 2 years I'm going to have to go week by week with this battle. Nobody has this problem. And somebody else told me this is first world problems at quarterback. And that's excellent determination for 2 young kids. That's excellent quarterback coaching by our staff. There's so many good things that have put us in this position. And if that's the terror I need to deal with for the next 2 years, or at least the end of this year, well, so be it.
When you're recruiting these guys.
Who? The quarterbacks?
Anyone, actually. When you're recruiting people, I use the word people on purpose. You're recruiting people to come into your football program. You see their character, and with these guys and other guys, this is what you're looking for, right? I mean, that they're competitive, but then are also willing to be team players. And I don't know what the real question there is other than maybe, you've done a good job, or you must feel good about that part of it.
What do you want me to say?
You must feel good about having recruited these guys that are willing to compete and coexist and both work hard to try to be the best they can for the team. And how much of that do you see when you're recruiting them?
I think the values of Hawaii influence our path in recruiting. And maybe that doesn't specifically answer your question, but I do think there are certain values that, or personal qualities that thrive in our state. And I don't care what position it is, I will never tell anybody this is the best place for them. They need to come and they need to set foot on this land and understand how that makes them feel, whether they're scared or excited or looking for new adventure. I think that's part of it. But I guess it does feel good, but I'm not sure what the real question is that you want me to answer. I think every position. Here's how it is for me. I don't care if it's a punter or a quarterback or a D lineman. At our school, at our university, I think you need to be willing to give before you take, and bring something to this at least football program, preferably the university, and if you're really going to be a special person, to the state and to the culture. That's being open to it. That's being at least the curiosity to learn and understand, coming here will change your life. But this is not somewhere where, oh, this is the best place for you. I never say that. Because that kid doesn't need me to tell him. When he gets here and he feels what probably all of us feel living here, and that's what he's looking for, then the decision gets made for him.
Okay, I guess the question then would be, did you see that a lot in these two guys in the team?
I didn't know that Cole McDonald was as competitive as he was. I mean, I thought he was competitive, but he is an extreme competitor, extreme passion. As Shevin, they're both good people. They're both different people, and I think we look for positive qualities, just personal quality. Yes, they both can throw the ball. They both are athletic. Okay, put that to the side. What personal qualities, and how do you coach them? I have to coach Cole better. Or, I know Stutz does his thing, but how I deal with Cole and how I deal with Shevin are different because of who they are as people, and that's part of the that's part of dealing with individuals that are 18 to 21 or 22 years old, and it's finding that, what is that button? What is the drive at a high level? And who can take, the coaching, who could take hard coaching, it varies from player to player, and that's what I think the whole staff, I think, takes that in consideration as we go about our business.
Coach, back here, congrats on the win.
Thanks, Kano.
Miles Reed tonight. Talked a lot about the quarterbacks, but the running back tonight. 125, I believe, on the ground. Just talk about his energy and just the attitude that he runs the football.
That's the word with Miles Reed, is energy. Yes, he has excellent vision. Yes, he's got quick feet. Yes, he's got toughness that exceeds his physical stature. But the energy and the love, he's inspiring. When he runs, just by the way, his body language. I'm happy he got, I believe this is his first 100-yard game. Very unselfish player. You ask him to drop back protection for 40 times, he'll do it. You ask him to run the ball between the tackles 30 times, he'll do it. The guy loves his teammates. He loves being part of this University of Hawaii football program. He's a guy that all of our fans, all of our citizens of our state would, if they got a chance to be around him, would understand why he's thriving here, is because he was raised right, and he's got great personal qualities that bring something to our state.
Coach, with the way last week's game ended and pulling out today, what do you think that says about the resolve of your team?
I think it says a lot about the competitiveness of this conference. And then you want to take it a little bit more zeroed in. This team, from I hope the day I got here, one of the first things they said was, or they heard from me, was playing for each other. And I think that is always kind of the fuse that lights their fire when they kind of get out on the field. It's not first of all, I don't think selfishness works in our state, and I don't think selfishness works in a football program or on a football team. So the very early on, they hear that, and I think a lot of the sure, there's so many guys that could have played better. There's so many coaches that could have coached better, that, and myself included. But we're doing it for a greater good. This is not a selfish. I couldn't pick a person on our staff or in our team that's, oh man, I didn't get my stats. Oh man, they are happy to be able to hold that trophy that has Coach Tomey on it, and really, get one step closer to bowl eligibility. They want one more chance to play together. I told them today, you got 4 chances. This team loves each other to a point where they would do almost anything within the rule of law to get a chance to line up with each other again. And to be honest, I think that's one of the underlying or unspoken goals of football coaching is getting, seeing young men who have all these distractions, whether it's social media, school, girlfriends, anything, and put that all aside and say, I'm going to do everything I can to get one more chance to play with this group one more time. And you can't buy that opportunity. You can't buy that experience. And that's why this game is the greatest game in the world to me.
Thank you.
Hold on, one more.
Coach Shevins hosted a lot of trophies. Coach Shevins has hoisted a lot of trophies in this stadium. Tonight, his teammates gave him the Dick Tomey trophy to hoist up at the end of the game. Talk about your thoughts. I mean, just being a fitting moment to end tonight, the game he had, just to honor Coach Tomey tonight.
That kid loves football. He loves his teammates. He loves competing. He loves throwing the football. He loves the system. Shevin doesn't do it for likes or retweets or Shevin plays the game for the right reasons, and I think a lot of our guys do. I don't think Shevin played tonight the way he played to host the trophy. He played tonight the way he did to hug his teammates and put them in a position to have a lifelong memory. That's why Shevin plays. I could be wrong. You might have had him up here, but I don't think he plays for trophies. I think he plays for his teammates, and he's a very humble kid. He's worked very hard. He's probably could start at any other school in this conference. Both of them could. But I just think he's a humble kid. I don't even know if you would call him a simple kid, but he loves football. He loves his family. He loves this team. He loves representing Hawaii on the football field, which is one of the greatest qualities for me because we talk about local kids coming to our school, but you don't need to come to our school Shevin came because he wanted to represent Hawaii in a positive fashion. And, this is something, I don't care who you are, you couldn't take this away from him. This is something he's earned, he worked for, and his teammates come. Now, he loves playing the quarterback position, but I think he plays for his teammates also. And the fans that got to experience it, this has been a real, I would say, interesting season, And the ones that stuck by us and have seen this is as crazy as a ride as maybe we could have asked for, or maybe we shouldn't even ask for it, but it's what was thrown in front of us. But I don't think Shevin does it for the trophies or likes. He loves the game, he loves the position, and he wants to see how great he can be. And tonight, he was pretty great. All good? Thank you.